4 buildings that we have roof problems with. Correct me if I'm wrong, I know it's the library, the jail, the Veterans Center, and what's the other one? Health Department. And you go 4. Okay, let's just take them in order. And then order I've got is library first, and there is this one. Okay, we have a quote for the library from Randy Lewis Roofing. Tear off all the shingles, clean up, haul off the trash, everything that needs to be done apparently on this. Price is $22,125. Then if there's problems with the decking, of course, there's added expenses to that and all. And it's not a matter of when we're gonna do it or how we're gonna do it, it's, we're gonna have to do it, so. These things.
He's the only one that quoted. He's the only one that quoted.
On that.
I'll make a motion to accept, because we're gonna do it.
Let me ask you a question before.
I'll hold my motion.
Can we hold the motion till we get done with all of them before we make a motion and second, please?
Yeah.
Reason I'm asking, I got the sheriff, I want him to come up and talk about his, because I know we're gonna have to bid his out.
Okay,
It's way over the 25,000.
all right, so we have Randy Lewis's library for 22.
And we won't have to bid that.
Yeah, we'll go straight to the jail, sheriff's department.
I didn't answer. Well, yeah.
And you've got the 2 proposals in your hand there.
Yeah,
Okay, tell us what's going on.
okay, first one, the 74,000 one, if you can see, that's to remove roof tiles and replace the roof. And what they tell us, if this roof is kind of like a sponge, when it gets moisture under it, it could escape through the seams. And it was like a coating that they want to put on it. If they don't want to do no more. And it was, I just can't wrap my head around putting that kind of money in something not having a warranty.
Okay.
The other one, come in at 74,300, and you can see that one. It's to take it all off, put new flash around everything's basically new on it. The only thing that could make this possibly go up if we have to take the air conditioner off the building. I'm gonna have to train truck and do all that, but for right now, I think this guy thinks he can do it with everything up there. But as you can see, the one in the last part there, the manufacturer's warranty is a 10-year labor material warranty. We're not gonna get a warranty with the other. I don't really know what kind of stuff that is that they put on it.
They just want to do that at Dixon, where he's trying to do their, they just want to put that spray thing on.
Yeah.
They couldn't, like you say, they couldn't really, they didn't want to guarantee.
Well, we're looking at bid on that. It's the 69,876, and to have it done, if I'm reading all this right, to have it all fully redone, took off, put on with a 10-year warranty, 74,300 without, of course, having to take any of the air conditioners off. There were 6 air conditioners on.
Did you ever figure out what was leaking in it?
It's in bad shape. I've seen it rusted up that far.
We'll have to quote it anyway, right? Because this is not a quote. Can't we specify if we're gonna quote it, you gotta have a warranty? And just in
Yeah.
the quote, in the quote say, don't remove air conditioners. See if somebody will quote it without it.
That would protect us anyway.
What I would suggest to the committee is, let's get the sheriff and we'll bid it. We need to bid, we're gonna bid it out anyway.
Yeah.
It's gonna take a few weeks to do that. Get it, not run the paper a couple of weeks, and I can get so many days to get it. I'd say you'll be lucky to have it by end of July, maybe.
Yeah.
If that,
Yeah,
But if you're putting a new roof on it, you'll have to take the air conditioners off of it.
well,
maybe not.
hopefully not. Well, hopefully there's enough room that they can run the flashing like on the chimney, you know, the rain guards up around that. But
I don't think this is a quote for the whole roof, or is it, Gary?
no, it's,
This is not, the whole roof, I mean, you're talking thousands of dollars.
but that's where they're.
Yeah.
That's
Or this part
The
of
thing
it.
about it, if you're doing whatever you're doing, you need to have air, you need to get somebody to get up off the roof when you're doing it. They don't need to be laying on that roof.
Usually that built piece that comes up.
They need something where they're up off the
But
roof.
it's a hole right there, I mean, you know, if it comes up on it, I worked on it for Nashville, we installed.
Don't you think so?
I don't think they have to remove it, because removing, you got to do it a bit better, because you already got a big hole there. These pieces set down there and it's sealed around.
I would think they even toward to the unit itself. That's the only way I've ever seen it done with they with the leak.
Yeah, they got, it goes up hot like this, and then it's sealed.
You know, these, some of the units that you're gonna have to replace.
Got one that's giving us problems now. It's last night and most of the day, but,
Can that be put on the ground and not put back on the roof? Yeah.
That's it.
He says you gotta have one though, that.
I don't know how to do that.
Yeah, we got
But they're all consistent.
Yeah.
Be honest with you, you know, if you looked at it,
He'll put the time back up, they don't be able to do it when he goes out, when he goes first back side, so that won't be still going there, when they go check. I've been up a million times.
anything we have with this, we got a fair roof.
Not the best solution.
It's in the
You
plan.
know, when it comes to-
How much is TVA going to help us with the air conditioner?
I think so. They haven't come to look yet,
Okay.
but
There's a wish to have some should.
that's too good. Better go through and make
That's what it is.
They told me that.
If you're spending this kind of money, you don't think you need to get the air conditioners on the ground instead of on the roof, or is that just gonna be too crazy to do that?
Probably had another 100,000 to it.
Probably.
For crying. Don't you know?
You need one big window on the ground, you're gonna do what you're talking about.
Then you're gonna have to dig up. Just start from scratch there.
You're doing that,
Take
then
a
you
40 ton to the whole
do
place.
the roof at the same time.
I'll be able to focus on here, I know.
Would the committee do this?
Okay, gentlemen,
Would the committee be willing to do this? Let us bid it out in July. Let us bid it out to fix it. Let us bid it out with the air too, take the air off. Let's see what the bids come back in as, and I will ask you to do this. And this is what the money's for. It's to fold up and do it in November, when you get the impact money. That's what it's for, to fix these roofs and stuff. And that way you don't have to dip in your 101 to get this, because if you take the air off, you're fixing expensive money. It's gonna be quite a bit.
The thing about it, if you leave it, if you fix it, it's like putting a Band-Aid on, my opinion, in 10 years, it's gonna do it again.
That's a good possibility, but here's something else to look at too. If you take if this is gonna be days of work and you have to take the system off the road, then we might do something fresh.
You don't wanna do it in summertime.
Even in winter.
No.
We can do something with
How
it.
much is leaking when it rains? I mean, how much is still leaking? Is that when it does it?
Pretty good, yeah.
Oh, they have a deal back there now, never what?
It-
Well, no,
it's
it's too.
It's not good, pretty good, I mean, we manage it, but, you know,
I like what Joey said.
Is that okay with the committee to bid, let them bid it out? We're running the paper, that there'll be more than 2 people bid on, I think. But let them get a quote on repairing it with the air conditioners up there, and then getting one for taking them off. Putting them on the ground.
like William said, we might not ever have to touch them. They might put inflation around what's already up there, and I think that'll be better.
Sure. Depends on how they want to do it.
Well, directly answer Joey's question, yes, I think I would be one of the late.
Okay.
Is that okay with y'all? I mean,
I mean, it's fine with me. What do the rest of you think, put the bid out in July? You're not gonna get it back until August probably. Then we can take a look at it, get the two options to do it.
but I say, you know, use your impact money for this.
Right.
I mean, that's what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, if you have to take the air conditioners off, you're looking at a pretty big,
That crane truck's high, and then you gotta have that operator come with it. That's all they do all day. They take them on and off.
getting it rewired and reduct, it's gonna be expensive.
Yes.
Which, back in 2000, it was built, hindsight's 2020, but if they put the air on the ground, we wouldn't be dealing with this problem.
How many units is up there?
Six.
That's it.
Okay, I don't think we need to vote for that, but, is everyone in agreement then that we'll go out for a bid on the jail? And with the idea that, we'll do it in July and then, we'll see what comes in. And that's also with the air conditioning staying there and also the possibility of them coming off. That's all gonna have to be listed in the bid proposal.
Yes.
Okay, all right, then that's the way that we'll, approach and deal with the leak roof at the jail.
I'll get to the sheriff later in the week, this week, and we'll try to get it paper next week, around a couple of weeks.
Okay,
Well, I think y'all.
okay,
Anything else?
So I'm just that extra, I got to vote on that. That's on pass, and that's on the loan company. So,
do you have something else then?
well, it's that. We're gonna try to make it to find out about the impact on this, on the air conditioning, but that's what we want to
I
do.
think maybe we'll look at it right here.
Well, if you take the others off, that's when you change the price of that property. So you'll have to.
Okay, just since we don't have what's around, what we're looking at is $16,780 to repair / replace that 7.5 ton, air conditioning system on the roof, so. Yeah, and it failed today, right?
She's been fair for 24 hours, we got it up and going, but it freezes up, it's one whole 3 on, freezes up, burns the Velcro of it, and we have some issues. But, it's not one of the most, it's one thing up. But,
If you go to the bid, I mean, I'm sorry, go ahead.
no, I was just saying, what we're putting in it, you can fix one part and something else on it.
It's just nickel and diming.
Yes, sir.
When we did this, what about that deal, like, such a chance to talk to TVA, we're sitting with some help on these areas.
Okay.
They have said they would.
Yeah, let's see if we can do that, and, if that's the case, that might be the first one to put on the ground and do the ducting for there, so it's fixed right. Okay.
Did you talk to Gunther too?
They just do like, say, put one big on there for you, or give you different systems. On the ground.
Thank you.
All right, health department is next, the, group from the health department.
That's after the insurance claim. But we'll probably bid it out too, but the insurance will take care of that, cover that.
So we just want to approve that as soon as the,
As soon as we get the bids back on it, hopefully we'll have it in July, figure it's actually gonna be more than 25, I'm sure.
okay,
We got a bid from the guy, Swear that recommended, Yoder, they had given a proposal on it, and it was about 20 something. But we need to may have to go with them since they're under 25, if they're given warranty.
Okay.
That'd be something interesting to do.
All right, then we're back to the library. Yeah, and the Veteran Center. Do we have any information about the Veteran Center, what we're gonna do with the roof on that?
You talking about where it's at now, right?
Sorry,
You
what?
talking about where the one's at right now?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what the problem is there. We went up there not long ago, put screws back on top of the shingle in that deck, and they never put no toe board nowhere across it, no two strips. That's why it's leaking. So just the screws go down, and the plywood and shingles will never stop this thing like that. Roof one, like, we went up there to help keep 1 or 2 days up there, it's gonna never be fixed. You take the metal back off, put some toe board across it, 2 by 2, then screw it back down, flash the side, and it'll stop the leaking problem. It ain't gonna never work if you don't. I know what it is, I've been up there, it's about 3 days.
Okay.
Is that something we can do?
Do what?
Is that something the county can do, or? Is that something in your contract?
But, you know, I might ask Kevin, I don't know about angle, might ask Kevin, they'd have to take the metal off,
Come up the whole building,
you have to take the whole metal off, all that.
Is that something y'all?
2 by 2 to 4,
Or is that something?
across, then screw back
I didn't know
down.
nothing about what he's gonna do.
Well, even if we contract it out, we furnish a lot of labor, that's less labor they have to come to the table.
That's what happened before up there, Joe, they just put the metal flat down on this, just like this right here, they never put those strips on it, where you shoot the screws down in the strips. And they stay down there where it would be leaking into your shingle, they go down and shingle the plywood up in there, and the spot thing leaks all the time, it'll never stop if you don't do something different. I know it's up there.
But yes, we have done that before.
The other option though, if we can talk with Dustin Broadbent, if we make that part of the stuff they're doing for the park, then it'll all be paid for completely, we do it by the grant, it won't cost us anything.
That's what I'm
And then, and he said they can tie it into the park and make, for like meetings or storage or whatever is necessary.
That'd be what you wanna do, because
It's like he said, that won't cost us anything.
you gonna have to take that whole roof off and get them fixes down there before the whole.
Dustin is actually coming to.
Couple of screws, shut down, and off you screw
He
it.
said that'd be no problem.
But the temporary, I think this is temporary repairs, what we're talking about is, putting the strips and doing that.
If we can temporarily.
Sheriff and his crew can do that.
You can do that, it'll last, it won't be leaking anything.
Yes, I think that part, I don't know how many squares it takes, but we'd be willing to take a look at how many squares it takes. I mean, it took us a
This
day
was
to
a
do
lot.
the 0911 building, I mean,
I didn't.
but I don't know about that metal, but it's lasted longer than actually expected, it's pretty wild.
Like I say, don't really leaks now, they just cross and do it, they put a strip in them.
If I look at it, they can,
When do you want to do the library? You want to wait till November to do that too?
I think we ought to wait till July, we might have got a week.
Yeah, we don't need to get the June, it's easy to do that.
Well, I think we're gonna be able to get it done in June anyway, just, you talk about voting on it, don't vote on it
I
till
would
July.
do that. But I mean, we need to get the library fixed, so it's causing some problems.
So even if we approve it and, it passed, Brandy's probably not gonna be able to get to it for a week or two anyway, so.
So, but I mean, it's
Gonna
not
be
be done
July.
in June. Just tell me you want it done in July. Do we need to recommend this to the board?
Yeah, I'd say yes, it needs to go there.
Motion recommend that we do it for,
Okay, have a motion, we recommend the library. I have a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of moving forward on the library, let me know by saying aye. Opposed? Okay. All right, so we'll do that. Okay. All right, I've got another UT extension move. Let's go ahead and deal with that.
We are planning on moving in October. That's when we were given that furniture is going to be there. It does need paint. It does have some holes in the wall that we'll have to fix. And the flooring, the tile is good. It'll just need buffing out and polished a little bit. The carpet, however, I'm not sure, but I've had several people look at it, and in their opinion, I'm not going to complain. There seems to be like, I don't know if it's soot, I don't know if it's coal, it's just black, where, a lot of foot traffic has been. And I was wondering if we couldn't get laminate flooring where the carpet was. We took measurements of each area that has that has the carpet, and you're looking at about $3,500 for the laminate flooring. I have a person that's willing to do the labor. I'm not sure how much it costs to clean a carpet of that magnitude.
How much space are you talking about? $3,500?
It's roughly, it'll be around, I think it's 1,400 square feet.
Okay. How big is the building anyway?
Half of it is in, carpet and half is in tile.
I'm talking, the floor space.
I really don't know.
I don't know how much it
I
is.
really don't know. I know the first 4 offices on the side
Right.
have the carpet. And in the back, where we're putting soil conservation and our conference room has carpet. And everywhere else is tile.
Okay. I wouldn't want to do it before next year in July.
No,
Anyway,
we
we're
need to.
obligated.
So what are you talking about? Well, it sounds it's gonna be about $7,000-8,000.
Well, I don't know how much the paint costs. There is a spot in the classroom that does have a big, net symbol painted, and that's gonna have to be buffed, like sanded off to get anything to cover that paint wise. I don't know who's going to paint it. I mean, do y'all want us to paint it? I mean, we're fine with manual labor, but I mean, I didn't know if that was something Keith was gonna do, or if he's able to do, or if we hire someone to paint. I don't know.
Have y'all thought about how much the utility bill's gonna be up there?
Yes,
How much you think?
probably according to Mr. Joey, it's gonna triple.
Well, I figured you're gonna spend $10,000 or $12,000 just on water, electric lights, and telephone bill.
I don't know about that.
We're spending taxpayer money, and we're spending your taxpayer money. So I mean, what's gonna become when y'all move out down here, and what's gonna become with all that room down there that's just gonna be nothing? I mean, if they're adding on,
Storage?
they're adding on 20-some odd feet for you down there. I really don't see why you need to move, in my opinion. I'm for not spending no money, I can tell y'all all that.
I know, and I appreciate that.
What do you think about putting a 30-day delay on this? Joey's got a deal coming with some nurses that, Joey might be there also last meeting. Nursing program's got a grant from the county, they're coming to Houston County, we're gonna have to find them a building.
Yeah.
That is correct. It's like they might have needed to wait 30 days, and if they're for sure gonna come, probably need to look at letting them have that. If we got a point supply of a building, they're gonna be out of building to do this. The nurses, will keep that out of Dixon. They actually came last week and talked to us. And they've got a grant. There is a nursing program coming to Houston County beginning September of 26. We need to find a building for the classroom. They're saying probably 20 to 25 students at a time. It's a 1-year LPN program. The way it works is they start September, they graduate in August. They bring a new class in September. She says, the dean from the college came last week, she said if this nursing program works, Then they're gonna bring a welding class and a maintenance class here. Try to offer that. So we are getting nursing program. I mean, it's coming. We've actually got to find the building, and we need to. I think it's a good opportunity for the county. The nursing program is great. I don't know. I mean, the committee and the commission's already voted for her to go. The only way you have to reverse your vote. I mean,
Where you moving, Laura?
I'm sorry.
Ask where she moving.
To the old EMS building.
Where?
The EMS building. Would the CCC be available for the nursing students?
Which one?
The CCC?
Up here.
Yes, sir.
You said she needs a room 20 by
20
40.
to 25. Yeah.
And she needs rooms for beds.
They need a couple of extra rooms for beds. They need a big room, and then they need a couple of separate rooms to put beds in for them to work on the mannequins and stuff. They've got to have that. And the CC made
Also talked about the old school up on the hill from the high school used to be. But, Halloween's moving out of that.
You talking about
I don't know how good, I guess it's in pretty decent shape, something like that.
that?
it ain't good there.
I wouldn't think much of it over there.
And they did say they would be happy to go someplace temporarily.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that up there. That thing years ago, they were on, went to school from the first grade, I didn't take none of that place up there.
I've seen,
Either way, we need to try to accommodate them too for coming here, so.
I think courthouse down there, was always talking about moved out of there. A good place for nursing program right here in town.
What's that?
I think if she moves up there, I think that nursing program would be a good place downstairs here in the courthouse for them down there.
You did Park 25 up there either.
We got a fine place to park right here, whatever.
It's an opportunity for the county, though, to get several programs.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
get back
down there.
to the UT office. I mean, the nursing program is all good, fine, but, you know,
We gotta find a place.
yeah, we do. But, right now is UT office.
All right, the grand opening that program right now, like they have the class Dixon on.
I was not here during the decision to do EMS to the folks downstairs, so I don't know what the discussions were, so I'm kind of lost on that.
Short version is they wanted 10 grand downstairs from the current budget to refurbish the offices and paint and so on. The thought was moving up there won't require quite as much work. And we say, you know, half of that anyway. So that was the thought.
UT's willing to give around $50,000 worth of furniture to completely redo that building. They cannot pay for utilities. It's written tax-wise or some way, because I've asked the office of the dean, and they cannot pay utilities on a county building, but they can furnish county buildings, and as soon as it's furnished, that furniture and such belongs to the county.
Yeah. So really what we need to do, we've got some painting you can fix. We've got holes in the walls that you can fix it. And you want to relaminate, you want to put laminate down on the
We
carpet.
would like to, yes, sir.
So you're talking roughly $7,000 to $10,000.
Can the floor wait?
Yes, sir. You can wait, but the problem is, like, you don't really want to put furniture in if,
Have to tear the furniture up, put it forward.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense.
Well, what if,
I mean, we can wait and move if we need to. But the furniture said,
The place up on the hill, what if y'all went to the place on the hill?
that's not big enough
How many people
What's
are
your
you?
major reason for moving away?
Major reason was it was brought up to us, by some members of the commission. I didn't know it was available. And like I said, why not? We do have to, go to the Farm Bureau to use their conference room. We have to go to the CCC to use some of their rooms. We have to go, to the fair. We have a big function. A lot of my meetings and stuff, I have to do in Stewart County because they have a visitor center, and I can't, I don't even have a place to hold. So it would be a place where we could be centrally located, that we could offer classes and such in Eastern County for predictions.
If you're up there, you don't have to go to Stewart County and do all that.
Should be nice.
If you have a very big meeting, you've already said it a while ago. The
Yeah,
parking lot's not.
parking lot's gonna be a problem, but, we figured that they could park on the grass in the back, as long as they don't block the bays for the, parking.
Well, you're gonna have a problem parking up there no matter what you do. Because you can't park in front of where those fire trucks are located. You start talking about parking down on the lower side of that. When 911 has a need, that place is parked out.
Yeah, we just, I guess we can always just work together.
Well, I actually drove by the place yesterday, looking at it, and you can't park across the front, there's no space there, there's not enough distance to put any more parking on the far end. I don't know, my perception would be that the first time you do a class, we're gonna have major problems. That's just, parking is a tough issue.
Usually it's
I mean, parking slots for jail station over there.
It's available,
25.
4 or 5.
And then,
To me, moving y'all up there, this is just I think that's a gross mistake. I don't object to having a place, and I think you need a place, et cetera, but I do not think the EMS building is the right location. I don't know where it is. The parking is the big issue, and I don't know how to deal with it.
Well, here's a crazy thought. What if instead of there, you go to the vet center? Have you been up there?
Do what?
Vet center. You're up there.
Yeah, well,
It's,
parking would be fine there, because you got plenty of places.
and the space would be full there. I mean, we've had more than 25
Yeah.
on any given day.
but where is that?
Tennessee Ridge.
I don't,
Where are we going? Eventually,
I got you.
So, but if you move her to the Veterans Center, that's gonna take the Veterans Center to the farm.
You're gonna have to do a lot of work in that for them to take. Like I said, it's not insulated, you've got the roof,
there is that.
so you're talking.
There are drawbacks to everything.
Yeah. Okay,
Parking the issue, about anywhere you go, this time. I mean, here,
What was your plan with the hobby if you ever get in?
waiting on money, to be honest with you, but, I mean, we're moving, but it's just slow going. We've got,
Well, how many spaces up there could they have up there if they want to move?
parking spot,
No, rooms, I mean, what have you got that's going in up there?
senior center, we've got the veteran service officer. We got archives, that's all, isn't it?
and
What if,
we were gonna actually put the Veterans Center in the back right-hand corner.
Yeah, but
There
that
for their,
gives them plenty of room for their stuff.
what if with this new addition at the basement, that you got part of the extension there?
I haven't seen the layout or anything for this.
I'll give you the space for meetings.
I cannot fathom that y'all are going to knock a poured concrete wall out.
Let's take, make a door or something.
See, nobody has explained this to me at all.
They're moving 28
I
feet
got
to
to
the
blame
blue line.
anything on those things.
Okay, I didn't know if that was,
Okay,
What do you say we just table this?
Yeah,
discussion?
let's
well,
take,
I need to know because we're fixing to order furniture.
okay, even at that, I'm gonna suggest that we delay this 30 days. And I'll work with Joy and Glenn, if you will assist us. We'll do an inventory of the buildings we have and the amount of space. Then I think at that point, we could look at it logically and say, okay, yeah, this is it. We'll look at it with parking and all. But let's table this for 30 days and see what we're gonna do. And then we'll go from there.
What do we do with the committee vote? Is the commission voting? For us to do? I don't, we need to like, we thought we were done, so we've been making plans.
That would have to be the same.
Yeah, the commission's already voted on it, y'all don't have to do something.
I mean,
We-
we've already talked to UT and.
We can delay it. We can break it up and delay it for 30 days. But I'm not comfortable right now saying where you're gonna go.
Just continue to all up.
Yeah, just tell them that we've got a 30-day delay. And that's what we'll do with the commission. We said we need to delay any action. But
I will. I will.
But
I didn't
I
know.
will say this on the courthouse renovation. There's gonna be a classroom built on the renovation upstairs, and that's what it's for. It's for not just the courthouse, for anyone that needs to use it, but it's gonna be pretty exciting. But come look at them in the morning, please.
Oh, thank you.
Okay,
Y'all need to send this tonight if you're gonna do it, because she's waiting, and you do wait to do it.
okay.
I need to send the vote, so tonight, just add it to the agenda. So they did vote in May for that vote.
Okay. All right, 911. As you know, we've been working on the building, the contractor has. They've run into problems on the front, those have been addressed. The out front concrete has been lifted, and the sheriff and his folks are going to pour new concrete out front for that. But even with all that, then suddenly things keep popping up. I have tomorrow a gentleman coming in that did the original flooring, carpet flooring that went in there, and it was custom carpeting or custom flooring out of Clarksville. And so I'm gonna meet him tomorrow so we can get an estimate as to how much it's gonna cost to put those tiles back on those raised flooring. And I'm not sure what the cost is gonna be, but we will need to address that as once we can. So that when those floors, the raised flooring goes back in and it's down and it's set, then we're gonna have to move pretty quickly to get the individual square tiles. And he and I have discussed it, instead of the 1 foot tiles, it'll be a 2 foot piece. So it'll be a solid piece on each one of those tiles that goes down. I won't have a price until his estimate tomorrow, but we're probably looking at anywhere, this is just a guesstimate, from 7,000 to 10,000 on getting the floor fixed in that building. So,
After they put the phone in, the doors open and close now, it's
better.
but you're not probably still running.
No, what I looked at, or what we looked at, no, but I really don't know how this stuff works. The hardest part of this was the structure of going up under that foot. Now, with the cord, for whatever reason, it was 5 or 6 foot wide, and some places, over 3 foot deep, where they couldn't go to it. And so what the next tactic was to take out the sidewalk, and we're going to have to reconstruct the sidewalk. But when you looked at the design of the sidewalk and start all of it, it was an accident waiting to happen. I mean, cars in mud, and bridges flowing through mud. What used to be a handicap access that was sunk down to just about nothing. Down the road, make a trip over, now some of this, this tile that I was talking about, to go with that, anytime we run coax or anything in the future, we won't have to tear a tile up, it'll already be matched to this. What this is, what you probably didn't see, it's about 3.5 inch flat stock, bottom flat stock, these panels set on, and when they run coax, they're just meant to take up. And where they can run a straight tile.
Right underneath.
Yeah, everything's under. Some of those are tacked, cheaply tacked, well, we repaired quite a few of them, and, but, I think, I didn't go up there and look today, I was in there the other day, and I had, I think that guy said he was about 160 feet down in the ground with these pipes. It's, kind of reminds you of well drilling where they go so far, they add to the pipe, push down, add to the pipe, push down. He assured me whatever he was on was solid. But most of them look like it's to the front of the building. Now, the heaviest part is going to be what they're working on now, is the basement. But, it, to me, didn't look bad, it's front. I see some progress, and then I see some things that I think right to see how this is going to work. But so far,
They've raised it, what, 4 inches already?
yeah, the cracks, if you can imagine how it's settled in places, you can actually, most of them, you won't, you can kick over it and your feet don't hang on the cracks. So that tells me they've got it up to where it was original before it started falling. But, as far as we looked at, preparing the sidewalk, preparing the lights, won't be no more grass, mud, and nothing out there. It'll be concrete off concrete, and we measured it all out, we think we might do some salt around those piles, take that up about pretty wide, to give it some, stamp, keep the building weight on the piles, but, we cut those out one at a time, pour them up there, and go for them.
Do we need to approve this tonight? So maybe we'll have a price. Because you know, vote until July, you really can't do it without approval.
Commission actually approved $150,000
Right.
for the work up there, and I think the work was 142 something. You got about 7,000 something left there.
It's gonna run over a little bit because by the time he does the concrete, getting that fixed out front, and then we do the flooring inside to get that fixed like it needs to be. I would say maybe 10,000 more. I think, I'm hoping that we can stay under 10,000 for the floor.
One stud that broke, we take them up, and I'm sure the fire chief is mighty, and good enough to let us use the welder and stuff. I think we should fix them on the spot enough to support. The only thing holding things up is months, and then the spot that.
What if we just take that expenses up to $10,000 over the 150?
And this is something Sheriff and I talked about, is the concrete. They're going to go on the work on the other hand. Karen was saying we probably need to let it set up for a few days or a couple of weeks, 3 weeks. Before we pour it.
You just got it ready, so you don't have to wait.
Yes.
Y'all can go ahead and do it.
There's an awful lot of church field, up there, and it was coming up in clots. And, to get that pressed down to where we want it, I'm sure that if the job lasts a long time, we don't get cracked, we don't wanna have an inside structure that's good and then walk out there and keep the weather.
Part of the concrete is that the sheriff has agreed that, there's gonna be 2 spaces to the right of the building when you're looking at it, in which that we can park our emergency vehicles actually on the concrete pad. rather than them being anywhere else, so.
24 by 22 is what we're gonna try to stretch it out, 4.5 inch pole, from the concrete fiber. Just like what you were wanting
What do you think of
And
concrete?
if we can raise that from the original 150 to 160.
Like 10, do it
25 yards?
now. I mean, it should be 56.
So,
We don't need to hold it up. Breathing room. We don't need to hold it up.
I know we need to be able to move on it very quickly. Yeah, let's go with 15.
and he gets concrete covered, or his concrete, we're talking probably 5,000 out.
Yeah.
Or maybe even
Normally would cost would be the material to take the format and things like that. And we've got several pieces already that we used before. Main thing is they would at least have a 22, 24, 22 by 22 slot. And if we want a canopy on a later date, storage unit or whatever you like. It will be right there at the side.
I said 15.
Number 10. Somebody make a motion.
Well, ours are building.
So we have 10 people here.
Like that 15, I'll say.
Okay, well,
I'll even make a motion to 15. I don't care.
okay, I'll second the motion on that. And so what we're talking about is the motion, there is to include enough funds to provide the carpeting for the tiles that are in there and also cover the, any forming or the concrete and or concrete that we need out front to repair that building. in there. So those are the two. Any other discussion about it? All in favor, let it on the say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, so we'll leave on the agenda for the ninth. We'll add that to the agenda when we start.
And this one.
Yes, okay.
Those two are.
All right, is there anything else the building committee needs to address? Are there any public comments that need to be made? And motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Those approved, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, gentlemen. Maybe what we can do is.